Hello and welcome to the Surprisingly Sober Podcast. I'm Trevor.
I'm Taryn.
And we are here to just shoot the shit, talk, and shoot the shit.
So something I want to just bring up momentarily. Whenever, I take the intro and, hey, I'm Taryn, and then pass it over to you, are you ever worried about, what volume you're going to be at?
Yeah, that's why I usually go, I'm Trevor.
Because, I don't know, when you're talking, you're fine. But, just that first word, you're like, I don't know how much oomph I need to put into this one.
I don't know how to speak correctly.
Hello!
Where do I go?
Dude, it was like when we were at Best Buy. And that cute girl, I almost bumped into her. I felt my voice go, louder and higher than I wanted when I said sorry.
Sorry!
It was just sorry!
Sorry! Sorry, I gotta get back to Miss Riddle's 8th grade class.
Oh, sorry, my boyfriend's getting away from me.
I hate you. So,
all right, now onto your real topics.
So the purpose of this podcast is for us to just talk and do our stuff. So
yeah, just interact.
We're two best friends. Been best friends since 5th grade. We're 15 years on now. Fucking just been so long. So anyway, we just talk about random stuff. So one of the things that I saw this week, I have a list of topics. Do you have any topics?
Yeah, I got one.
I got a story that I want to tell you, Taryn, about a dog.
This is a story all about how
my life got flipped and upside down.
All right, story of a dog. Let's hear it.
No, I'd like you to take a minute just so sit right there. I'll tell you how Sergeant Stubby became the most heroic dog of World War I.
Can we just take a moment to appreciate that I cut my own hair and it doesn't look bad? I mean, sure, I'm okay, there we go. Over here, you can see it. Yeah.
Yeah, you did real good. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
That wasn't sarcastic, even though it sounded like it. I just normally sound like that. So,
Sergeant Stubby.
Sergeant Stubby became the most decorated dog of World War One. That's the word I was looking for earlier. So, Sergeant Stubby is, what is his breed? He is
Please don't breed with Sergeant Stubby, Trevor.
He's a Boston Terrier.
Okay. Oh, so he's from Boston.
So actually, yes. He was found in Yale. At the Yale campus.
Dead ass. I didn't know Yale was in Boston.
It's in Connecticut, which is pretty much just low. It's just rich Massachusetts.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, New Haven, Connecticut. He was found on the grounds of Yale University in July 1917. So 1917, 1918, as the war was coming to a close, World War I.
Okay.
While members of the 102nd Infantry were training, he hung around the men and one soldier in particular, Corporal James Conroy. And they developed, kind of like that bond. But what was great is that the dog was hanging around with them while they were doing their drills and stuff, and he learned things. He learned to salute.
That's adorable.
Yeah, he learned to salute and learned to do all this stuff. So, Corporal Conroy snuck him onto the troop ship and got him to France. Now, obviously, when they got to France, the commanding officer was like, "You have he hit him all the way to France. They didn't find him until they got off the boat. And he's like, "Why do you have a fucking dog? You can't have a fucking dog." You want to know what stopped him from kicking the dog off?
The dog saluted.
Yep, the dog fucking saluted. They got the dog to salute because he'd been doing all these drills. He knew exactly what he was fucking doing. So, fucking awesome. So, his military service.
Dude, well, what would the commanding officer do if, he found the dog, partway through? Just
throw him out?
Yeah, what would he have done if he found him partway through?
He probably would have saluted then, too.
Just while he's flying away. Just...
So, Sergeant Stubby served with the 102nd Infantry Regiment in the trenches in France for 18 months through 4 offensives and 17 battles.
What's his kill count?
What's his KD? Well, he didn't die in the war, so that's good.
Oh, cool.
So
he's got to be positive.
Yeah, no. Yeah, he is. So, he served in the trenches during like right off the bat, right into the trenches, and was under fire for like a straight month. Like it just in it. He was thrown into the fire as a dog. He did get wounded. He took some shrapnel to one of his forelegs by a German grenade. Fuck the Germans.
Yeah, they haven't done shit.
Yeah.
Hugo Boss didn't even make their uniforms.
You're right. So
Did you look into that at all?
I didn't.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't.
Because
So it could be.
I just saw a comment on Reddit.
Oh, well then it could be true.
He like linked sources and stuff,
Okay.
but I was like, I don't care.
But anyway, so he got wounded. He was sent to the back to recoup and improved morale. Kind of what he was doing. So the army technically just kind of adopted this dog.
Yeah.
He was a stray because he was
Yeah.
just found wandering Yale. And I don't know what the fuck just happened to my phone. Oh, there we go.
Imagine like just wanting to steal some food out of the dumpster, and next thing you know, you're getting shipped off to France.
To fight. I think a lot of people that actually happened to.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but you at least speak the same language, you know?
Yeah. So when he recovered from his wounds, he went back to the trenches. They sent him back. So in his first year of battle, he got injured again by mustard gas.
Aww.
After he recovered from that, they gave him a special gas mask, but he also learned to smell it and detect it, so he could then warn the soldiers of it. And because of also the whine, that high pitched whine of artillery shells, he could hear it well before soldiers could, so he could warn them, 10-15 seconds beforehand to help the soldiers take cover from artillery strikes. So it's like, holy shit. He was also solely responsible for capturing a German spy. And that led to him, led to the commander making him a sergeant. Which is fucking great.
Dude.
He could smell him. And just started barking. Just
Dude,
crazy.
Imagine being a fucking private, having to watch a dog get promoted over you. Because he barked at a dude.
Well, you know what?
He kind of deserved it.
Yeah, he deserved it.
It's like, hey, man.
German spy.
You didn't find the spy.
Yeah.
Dude, you're acting kind of sus right now. I'm not going to lie. Woof, woof.
So as the U.S. started advancing, there's a town in France that they actually made him a little like coat so they could pin medals on him. Many medals. He got injured again. Was hit by some shrapnel from a grenade in the chest and the leg. He ended up with 2 wound stripes on his little jacket of medals. And then again, Corporal Robert Conroy smuggled Stubby home and kept him. There's even more. After the war, he met with Presidents Woodrow Wilson, Calvin Coolidge, and Warren G. Harding, because he lived until 1926, I think it was.
How old was he when he died?
So they can only...
Like, let's
They
assume
think that
he
he was
was
about 10.
Okay.
They think he was about 10 because they found him in 1917, and they assume he was probably about 1 based on how long he lived.
That's like what my guess would be. They found him around 1.
Yeah, so there are many statues for him, especially in Connecticut. He was presented the gold medal from the Humane Education Society by the General of the Armies in 1921. There was a movie about him that actually came out a couple of years ago. But yeah, he died in his sleep in March of 1926 after his death, and he was preserved with his skin mounted on a plaster cast, and he's now in the Smithsonian.
I don't like that last part.
Yeah, that part's a little weird.
Yeah, let's bury him. He fucking deserves it. Or like at least like Viking funeral him.
Oh yeah, he definitely. Oh, Viking funeral is the way to go. But yeah, that's just so fucking awesome that he's the hero of World War One. Not that fucking shit movie Dunkirk. I actually like that movie.
That was a phenomenal movie.
It was a really good movie.
So
take back what I said.
Trevor, how's it feel knowing that a dog outperformed both of us in just 10 years of its life?
in 2 years of its life, in 18 months of its life.
Damn.
It did way better than we'll ever do in our lives.
Yeah.
It saved countless lives.
Yeah.
Improved morale in the trenches, which were god awful.
Dude, I've never improved morale a day in my life.
That's true. I usually bring it down because I'm pretty pessimistic.
I'm pretty optimistic for a pessimist.
Thanks, Paramore?
Yep.
Oh god, look at that.
Actually, from what I've heard at my work, I actually do improve morale because
of your
jokes. Because my hard work and jokes. And
because no one else has to work.
apparently, like, so I had this one dude. I've mentioned him by name. I'm not going to mention him right now. Same name as Jarmer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so
that's for me,
like,
not for you.
Apparently he like, if I'm not there, he just doesn't talk. Like, he just does not interact with people. Like, he'll, hey, good morning, and then that's it. But like, another one of my coworkers, she was just like, you and Devin are fuck.
Yeah, you said it, whatever.
I don't care. You two are really close. And I'm like, really? She's like, yeah, you're the only person like he'll have extended conversation with. And I just like didn't know that. And I was like, oh, cool.
I don't like finding that sort of stuff out.
Yeah.
Like, I had a coworker text me one day on my day off because I had a day off in the middle of the week, and he's like, man, I wish you were here. I was like, why? Is it like, is stuff just not getting done? He's like, no, it's just really boring. I'm like, I'm glad that you said that. That makes me kind of like feel good, but it also is like way too much pressure on a relationship. What are you doing? We're going too fast.
Like, no, it's definitely nice. It's like, okay, cool. Like, I'm making like, you know, like a personal connection with these people. Another coworker invited me to his wedding, and I'm the only person in the store going to the wedding.
Oh.
And it's literally just close friends and family, and then me, who's his boss. And like,
he wants a promotion.
Huh?
He wants a promotion.
He wants to get promoted to my spot, so I'm only one step above him, so
whatever.
But yeah, so like it's kind of nice that it's like, I don't know, I've always had like a pretty negative opinion of myself, not in like a, oh, I'm a real piece of shit and I should feel bad. It's just like
you always think that you can do better. You're not doing your best.
Well, no, it's more like I know I'm pretty unlikable in a lot of regards. Where like,
I mean, that's true.
Yeah, no, it is true. It's 100% true. Like,
you're a dumb count. that one YouTube comment we have.
So like, when I do make the like connections with some people, I'm like, oh, cool. Apparently, like, I kind of struck a positive nerve with this person, so it's nice. I like it. I like being liked, like everyone else.
Yeah, that's why we're doing this podcast, because we want to be liked, even though we'll probably be hated.
Oh no, I also kind of like being hated by people. Like, I
don't.
Like, no. Like, hear me out.
Like, if we get hate from this podcast, I might quit. I'm a pussy.
No, so hear me out.
Hear me out. This always goes well when someone goes, hear me out.
I am a very loud and obnoxious person. I am very...
Yes. You yelled over a blender. Talk about loud.
I speak off of my hard palate, so I echo everywhere I'm at.
I never noticed that. Like, I never made that connection.
Yeah. You talk off your soft palate, peasant.
Is that bad?
No, that's how people are supposed to talk.
Like that?
Yeah. So, like, I talk up here
instead of down here.
Instead of back here. Like, I don't talk really, like, much, like, back in my, like... I don't know. I like to speak very forward.
You are very forward.
And,
it's your personality.
Like, if my personality was a color, it would be, like probably bright red.
If my personality was a color?
Yeah. Like,
it'd be not a thing.
Like, it'd be, like, bright red. It's, like, it immediately catches your eye, and it's like, okay, that's something. You know, like, it's just, like... I'm
Ferrari red.
Yeah, like, I'm not, like... reserved in any regards. Like, you know who I am out the gate. And so it's like, I understand, like, a lot of people like look at me and just be like, this dude's a fucking asshole. Like, he's loud, he says crazy shit.
If I was a color, I'd be blue.
You'd be like Like
'Cause I'm blue.
a pretty muted blue.
Yeah.
Because you're like chill. Like, you know, you don't really...
Chill and depressed.
You don't make a lot of waves. You're not just like throwing the door open and it's like, which one of you motherfuckers?
I would love to do that though.
Yeah.
Which one of y'all?
Dude,
Fuck my sister.
so a long time ago, I went to work one time and and I threw the door open into like the back room area where everyone was at, and there was the two store managers and a like couple other people, and I just got back from. This was when I took that like 3-month hiatus where I just did nothing all the time. Remember that?
No.
When I was at the grocery store in Southern Oregon, and I took like 3 months off work where I just didn't go to work.
I don't remember that. It sounds like it could happen, but I don't remember it.
I don't know what else to tell you about this, man. It was right after my mom passed away.
Oh!
Yeah, I took like 3 months off because I had a lot of money in my savings account. So I was just like, I'll just live off the savings account.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah. And so
Wow,
it was it was my first day back, and I just walk up, booted the door open. I was like, "What's up, motherfuckers? I'm back."
That is so you.
And everyone was like,
That is so you.
and then I realized no one there knew me. I had a name tag on. I'm in uniform. No one knew who I was. Both of the store managers had changed while I was gone.
So you just busted in and just like, what up, motherfuckers? I'm back. And everyone's like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah. And yeah, that really set the tone for who I was. And then they promoted me out the ass.
Yeah, because you walked in with confidence.
No, because
Well, you did your job right.
Well, yeah, the entire freight crew walked out.
Oh, so they had no one.
So they were like, "Hey, I'm not sure if that's something you're interested in. Like, would you be okay with doing that for like maybe a couple weeks till we find some more people?" And I just looked at them and I was like, "I can do it by myself. Find me another person. I'll just be the lead." And they were like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, you don't have to worry about finding like someone else right away. Just like go through the normal hiring process. I can handle the job by myself." They're like, "That was a 4-person freight crew that just walked out. You can do that much work?" And I was like, "Easy." And I fucking did it. And then I worked 42 consecutive days.
After taking 3 months off.
This was like a month later.
Oh.
Yeah. Like I'd been there for a month and then the whole freight crew walked out.
Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, so what's up, motherfuckers? I'm back.
That is the way to walk into anything.
Yeah.
Just like if you've never even been there before.
Back by unpopular demand.
Something that I want to talk to you about, Taryn, and there's something right outside of our house that reminded me of this.
Is it the big fucking flag?
Yes.
It's the big fucking flag. I hate seeing that flag.
So there is a place, probably about a quarter mile away from our house, that put up a gigantic flagpole.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And put on a huge flag, not your normal fucking 6x3 flag or even a
this
10.
thing is bigger than our house. Like
Easy.
It could drape our house.
Easy. And it's at half mast right now.
Is it for the Asian shootings? Okay.
The White House.
I'm cool.
The White House ordered it at half mast. All flags at half mast, and it's at half mast, and it's fucking. It's
a hazard.
It's a hazard. Like this thing, if it's not blowing in the wind, it is touching the ground.
That's insane.
Like it is fucking huge,
dude. Like, whose lot is it in? Like
Camping World.
Okay, so they own it.
Yeah, they put it up there because they're a bunch of fucking hillbillies.
I'm going to send them an angry letter.
So I wanted to talk about that. So patriotism, I would say 90 to 95% of the time goes hand in hand with
Republican.
With Christian.
Oh, yeah.
With religious. with Christian.
Which is weird because separation of church and state.
No, that's a government thing.
Yeah.
Fucking religious
Yeah.
nuts don't
Yeah.
care about that. What it does kind of bump heads with is the worshiping false idols doctrine of the Bible. I'll refer to it as a doctrine.
You mean the gold statue of Trump?
That as well. It's weird how these religious Christians become fascinated with,
Well, because like
or the patriot. I don't know. It's weird because they're both obsessed with either Jesus this, Jesus that, Trump this, Trump that. But it's also just USA this, USA that.
So
Let's get to,
I feel like a lot of the kind of patriotism is like they're like, we want America to stay how it was when I grew up, when it did follow like a lot of the religious doctrine of like hating gays and minorities and stuff. And for some reason they think that's what the Bible is when it's not. Leviticus is pretty much the only point in the Bible that condemns homosexuality. And guess what, guys? That's the Old Testament. That's what the Jews believe. No offense to the Jews. I'm sure you guys are nice people, but you have a lot of hatred in your part of the Bible. The New Testament is the teaching of Jesus. Like, that's what Jesus did and accomplished. So if you're a Christian, you should be really focused on the New Testament, all right? Just saying.
You mean the world ending?
That's like the last book. That's like a 27th of the Bible. Or of the New Testament. I don't know how many books are in the Bible.
There's 27 in the whole Bible.
Yeah, but that's also...
Dude, fucking, I remember when I was growing up, my dad being a Jehovah's Witness, I was like trying to learn, like trying to remember all the book names in the Bible.
Yeah.
And I just could not fucking do it. I just could not fucking do
Dude,
it.
I remember going to Sunday school and you had to memorize one Bible verse a week.
Can I tell you a story?
Or like one passage. I forget how much it was.
Can I tell you a story?
Let's hear it.
Oh my God, this is great. This is going to be great because this just shows how awkward of a person I am. And if my dad is listening, which I think he probably is. Hi, Roy. Dad. I'm going to call you Dad.
Dad Roy.
Dad. Viceroy from Star Wars.
Roy Choi, famous chef.
So I remember when I was probably 10. No, 9 or 10. I was 9 or 10. I was pretty young. And I remember my dad, the Jehovah's Witnesses would give out like these things, literature. And this one was like to have the talk with kids, you know?
The sex talk? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, ooh.
Oh yeah. And I remember I was trying to, he was like having me read it out loud to him because I don't know why. That was a Jehovah's Witness thing. And I'm like reading out loud and I like get to the word for penis and vagina. And I'm like, oh, I can't say those. You say those, Dad. And he said them. And I was like, that's just how awkward of a child I was. I couldn't say penis or vagina. I was like 9 or 10 though.
Dude, that's rough, buddy.
And then like 2 years later, I'm typing in like
boobs.
Big boobs.
Naked girl. So I've
it's just exponentially got worse.
I have two comments in regard to this. I've told you, but I don't think I've told the camera. My sex talk. The sex talk I got when I was 16. I was in my first I was in my first like kind of serious relationship where it was like we're spending all the time together.
Is this the one with your mom?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't dating my mom. It was my mom giving me the talk.
That's what I meant, but okay. Thanks for clarifying.
Clarifying for assholes in the comments. Because I'm a dumb count.
I fucking love that.
I'm just glad I made someone's day slightly worse. Oh yeah, I didn't really elaborate on that. What? Like, I love it when people just have strong emotions about me. Like, it's like, I don't care whether it's positive or negative so much. I just want people to be thinking about me because I'm either improving or ruining their day. And that makes me happy. Yeah. But anyway, so my mom...
anyway.
Oh, fuck.
We both said it at the same time.
Anyway, So my mom, she comes up to my room. She was in a little wheelchair at this point, and she,
Really?
yeah,
Went downhill fast after I left.
yeah. She had a lot of medical problems.
Oh.
And she knocks on my door, and I'm like, "Oh, hey, mom, how's it going?" And good, And the girl I was seeing had just left, and she was
Your
like,
balls are drained.
"Oh, you're the and she was like, "Yeah, so are you two using protection?" And I was like, "Yeah, mom, we are." "Do you have to buy the extra large ones like your dad?" Glad I know where I got it from, but thank you. Yeah, apparently I got my dick from my mom's side of the family.
Narcissism.
But yeah, so that's the only talk I ever got.
Really?
Yeah, like my parents never were like, "Oh, all right, you gotta use protection. Here's a banana. This is how you put a condom on it."
Well, I
Yeah.
never got the talk
Yeah.
either. That was the most talk that I got.
Make sure you wait till you love her. Like I never got that shit. Like I probably should have, because I probably would have taken it more to heart. And I probably would have waited longer. Because I honestly, like at this point in my life, I'm a big advocate of waiting. Now, like
waiting to have sex.
Yeah, like dead ass. If I waited till I was like mentally and like kind of logically, I suppose, like sound, I probably would have waited till I was like 21, 22. Like I think people are having sex way too young, but that's just me being an old man.
Now, so how do you view sex? Oh, this took a turn.
I mean, I view it as hobby.
So if you view it as a hobby, then
Well, I just think like I look back on myself and I was like, I wasn't mentally ready to make that decision. I wasn't smart enough to wear a condom half the time. Because I thought, well, it feels better without one. Like, what the fuck? Like, I always learned in sex ed, wear a condom or you'll die. And I'm like, yeah, but this feels really fucking good.
But
it's just like, I just look back on myself and I'm just like, I wasn't ready to make that decision.
But in 10 years, you'll look back at the decisions you make now and be like, I wasn't ready to make those decisions.
I don't know. I feel...
That's how life works. Life's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, it is. You always look back and are like, man, I used to be dumb, but I'm not anymore. And then you look back on that you and you're like, man, I was dumb.
Yeah.
Like, I thought I was like some genius, great fucking person when I was like 21, 22. Then I look back on him and I'm like, you're a fucking moron.
And that's like 5 years ago.
But now I feel like, of course, this is the arrogance of being me now, but I feel like I am good now in regards to like, I now... like I'm like, all right, I'm kind of done with this stuff, but that means like I have room to learn. Like I have that viewpoint of myself where it's like I don't think I know everything anymore. That's why like I spend a lot of time like researching like scientific literature and stuff like that, so that I can be like, because people at work will come at me sometimes with like political shit, and I'm like, I don't know, I'll look into it, and then I come back the next day with like research papers about like gun ownership. Chicago has the strictest gun laws and they have the most gun violence in the country. And then this country has like the most open gun laws and they have like no gun deaths whatsoever.
Sweden.
Well, no, it's state, but
state.
And I was just like, okay, yeah, I don't know anything about this. Let me look into it. And I pulled the stats and they were so fucking wrong.
Well, yeah, it's just because people can literally lie on television and get away with it.
Yeah, like they saw this on Fox News probably.
Well, and then Tucker Carlson's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, did I say that
Dude,
out loud?
He always looks like he's a dog that's trying to figure out how you just did a magic trick. Like he's just kind of like.
That's
all the time.
That's fucking funny.
That's just how his face looks. What the fuck were we talking about?
We're talking about sex.
I now accept that I'm kind of dumb. Like I don't think I'm dumb, but like I'm dumb in some areas.
You know that whatever's going on you're aware. You're aware that whatever's going on right now, you probably aren't capable of having a meaningful conversation, so you're going to go and get yourself prepared for it.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, I don't know this. I'm gonna go figure it out.
And I think this is a point in life. This is peak, where you'll be like this for a few more years.
Yeah.
But then
I'll know
you'll-
everything.
No. Then you'll think you'll know everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You'll be, I'm old and wise. That doesn't mean shit.
No, I really hope I can still self-reflect later in life and just be like, maybe I'm wrong. Let's look into it.
No, and that's
Let's
the way
fucking
to be.
Google it.
That is the way to be.
Oh, but
Nowadays-
liberal propaganda.
Nowadays with how
Gotta use DuckDuckGo.
complex the world is, you really have to definitely take the time and research everything before you talk about it. I can't remember where I was going with that point. I had something, but then you said DuckDuckGo and I laughed.
I also grew out of thinking everything is black and white. Like, I think I grew out of that around like 23, 24. Like, I used to think like everything had a black and white solution.
I've always kind of been in the middle. I've definitely probably in the last couple of years, especially in the last year, I think I've leaned more to the left politically and culturally.
Yeah.
Which I've always leaned that way.
Yeah.
But I was in the middle, but now I've started to lean more and more left. Which is weird because it's usually the opposite way. As you get older, you usually go more center to right.
Yeah.
But
well, no, like I don't even mean like just politically, like
no,
just
I meant culturally as well, culturally,
like,
socially.
But like even like my life problems, like back when I was 20 or so, I got super into diet and fitness. So like
you got into it? I thought you're into it now.
I am. I've just.
How's your boyfriend, Will Tennyson?
I got. He's muscular.
All right.
His mom's milfing it up too.
Is his mom hot?
She's in great shape.
So you fuck Will Tennyson? I can fuck his mom?
Dude, I'd fuck his sister.
Well, yeah, you have a thing for sisters, especially yours.
But no, anyway, so when I was about 20, I first got into fitness. Because I was still in that like black and white mindset, I was like, these foods are in the white, these foods are in the black.
Yeah.
I can't eat candy, can't eat ice cream, can't eat like, sugary cereals, can't eat like those are no foods. Like
the
dude,
black
like
and white.
I won't even eat fruit. I wouldn't eat fruit because it had sugar. And like it wasn't until later where I learned no, fructose is good for you. It has health benefits. And then like,
it's a good sugar.
And then like
it's not aspartame.
And then like even like yeah. And then aspartame's no calories, so it's fine. In terms of macronutrients.
Yeah, but take enough of it, it'll fucking kill you.
Yeah, it might mess up your kidneys a bit. But then like I would even put like a lot of like red meats in the bad because they're high in fat. And like, oh, salmon is high in fat, so that has to go. Salmon's one of the best foods in the world for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's not black or white.
Yeah.
Oh, it's got a lot of fat in it, but it's also got a lot of other shit that's good for you.
So like, I basically tortured myself with terrible food.
Yeah, you were pretty raw back then.
I would just eat like brown rice, chicken breasts, vegetables, egg whites. Like it sucked. And it's why after like 2 years of working out hard, like when I was 20, I was about 140 pounds. I'm 180 right now. So
I can't imagine you 140 pounds.
Yeah.
That's like Holocausty.
Yeah, I was really skinny. And then I bulked up to about 170 or so in about 2 years. So I put on a lot of weight, especially for 2 years. Probably a lot of fat in there too, but you know, people like to pretend like, oh no, it's all muscle.
You went through a breakup. It's okay.
Yeah. And then me and my ex-fiance broke up and I lost all interest for everything in life. Stopped working out altogether.
You lost interest in everything in life?
Pretty much.
Aww.
And so I stopped working out, diet went off the rails, started eating like a human again.
You want to hear something narcissistic?
What?
You lost everything. You lost everything you're interested in life, and then here I come to save the day.
Yeah. Then I brought Trevor into my life, and everything got better.
Aww.
It's
Yeah.
true. But anyway, now that like I'm trying to get back into it, because I was in really good shape for a while there. I had visible six pack like year round. Like I didn't even have to flex, and I had a six pack. It was fucking nice. And
That's like the hardest thing to keep.
yeah, and it was just like I would look in the mirror after getting in a shower with my girlfriend, and I would just be like, "Damn, Taryn, let's go, buddy."
Like, she doesn't deserve this.
I will say this: she's a total cunt, but she's hot as shit.
Valerie?
She had a great body, like holy shit, like stellar. You never saw her naked?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, she had a great fucking body.
Okay.
And but anyway, so I'm finally getting back into it, and I tried the old way, like what I did back then, and I was like, okay, black and white, no to these foods, yes to these foods. And I like gave up after like a month. Like it was just like, well, this is awful. Like I feel depressed. My stomach doesn't feel that good. Like I'm just irritable all the time. This sucks. And I gave up. And now like I'm getting back into it, but because I learned a lot about diet, nutrition, real healthy eating, like really like dialing the shit in, I'm enjoying the shit out of it now. Like I'm able to eat fruit again. Like I'm able to eat like real fucking food. It's nice.
Learned
that like it's not black and white. You just have to have a little bit of control over your shit.
Yeah, you gotta have a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
And like mix and match.
Eating a fucking slice of cake at your friend's birthday party isn't going to undo everything you've done for the past month.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to run so much more this weekend when I go work out. No, you're not, Samantha. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. And it's just like, I've definitely grown up out of the black and white. And it's like, oh shit, the world is like 99% gray. Like, all the things going on right now are some shade of gray.
50 Shades.
Yeah, that joke didn't need to be made. It was obvious.
Yeah, but I like to say, I don't care about you laughing. I don't care about me laughing. That's
how I deal with shit.
No, like that's like jokes. Like it's funny when someone says something that's supposed to be funny, and I go, "That's funny because of this." That makes me laugh.
Yeah, dude.
And that's what's funny.
I tell people about that because it's super funny to me when you do that. Like, because I
know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
I'm not doing it because I'm like, oh, I get it. Like I know what I'm doing.
The downfall is my dipshit coworker. He started doing it because
Well, that's your fault. That's your fault.
I said how funny it is when you do it, and every time he does it, I dead ass look at him. I'm like, no, it's funny because of the timing.
Yeah,
like
no, that's the thing.
Like
it's all about timing.
You're just not hitting your fucking mark on it right now. Dude, he'll come up to me and be like, "Hey, I have a joke. Do you want to hear it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Tell me a story that has no punchline, like no funny summation, nothing. And I just stare at him and I'm like, "Was that it?" Yeah, it wasn't funny.
Jesus, you were brutal.
It's fun. But anyway, bring it back to sex.
Yeah, bring it back to sex. So right now you're an old man, and you think that you should wait.
I think waiting is good, but I mean, kids are horny out of their fucking mind. This is coming from someone who has like a pretty mellowed sense of horniness. Like, if I was in a committed relationship and my girlfriend wanted to have sex, girlfriend or significant other, because I date theys.
Jesus, I didn't know you were on that spectrum.
Dude, I do. The person that I hooked up with during the forest fires was a they, so
Oh wow! So you got a couple. You got a couple under your belt.
I have 4 under my belt now.
Oh god.
And the number of theys is catching up. I'm not making this joke. Never mind. Dialing back from that one. Um. What the fuck? Okay, so if I was dating someone and they want to have sex once a day, I would be okay with it. They want to have sex once a week, I'd be okay with it. Like, I just am like, I'm just like at a point where it's like,
What?
I don't need it. Like, it's fun. It's fun, and I enjoy it. But it's like I no longer have this like impulse need where I'm like, ooh, when's the next come? When's the next come?
Like 6 podcasts ago, we were talking about how you have to fucking jerk off 8 times a day.
I don't though.
Liar. You're a liar. You're like Jim Carrey and liar. You're a liar.
Now I'm Jim Carrey and yes, man. You ask me to do something, I'll fucking do it.
You're a liar. You're like Jim Carrey and Ace Ventura. Fucking asshole.
Dude, Ace Ventura 3 is being written by the team that did Sonic.
Yeah, so who cares?
So it's going to be a banger.
Ace Ventura was not as great as everyone said it was. Now, granted, I watched it last year for the first time.
Oh, Jesus
I
Christ.
never saw it as a child.
Yeah, so like that's like saying like, dude, Barney's fucking trash, man.
I mean, Barney
it's
is
not
trash.
for you. It's for kids.
Yeah, Barney is trash. The transphobia in Ace Ventura. Which you thought I meant Barney the way you were looking at me?
Yeah, I was like, dude, hold up. When did Barney flip flop?
No, Ace Ventura wasn't bad. It's just it's just been hyped up in my mind for 25 years.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, okay. And like the Dolphins were a good football team back then, winning Super Bowls. Oh, they didn't win a Super Bowl back then because Dan Marino was quarterback.
But anyway, I don't know, like the movie just wasn't for you. It's for someone who's like 12.
I am mentally 12. I think Bo Burnham's funny. Still.
Dude, Bo Burnham's funny to everyone. Like
Bo Burnham is
anyone, any age group that doesn't think Bo Burnham's funny, you just have a bad sense of humor.
Taryn, is there anything better?
Dude, is there anything better
than a Bo Burnham comedy special?
No. There isn't.
I'm loving the Anything Better podcast. I just want to give a shout out to the Anything Better podcast.
Is there anything better than doing a podcast with your best friend?
No.
Dude, is there anything better? No, it's a great podcast. Bill Burr's other podcast that he does with Bert Kreischer, the Bill Burt podcast, they recently had George Lopez on, and I saw that and I was like,
yeah, because we loved the George Lopez show, but then that whole thing came out about the kidney thing, and what? George Lopez has just become cringe in the last few years.
I don't know if he's just cringe. It was just like, in the same way that I don't care about like an old comedian, like those like Seinfeld, like what's the deal? Like, I don't give a shit, okay? Like, you were funny for your time, not so much anymore. It's campy, it's dumb. But, like, George Lopez is still fucking fire, man. Him on that podcast was just so smart and well-spoken. My favorite type of comedian is someone who's just funny in a conversation. Yeah. And guess what? Joe Rogan's not. I'm so over him. I haven't listened to a Joe Rogan podcast in probably 2 months. Do you know who's super unfunny? Ari Shaffir. You've talked about that several times. I hate him. Yeah, he's a horrible person. Yeah. I was like, he looks like he rapes. Oh, that's accurate. That tracks. Yeah. But anyway, we're talking about podcasts. Dude, we did briefly touch on sports and the Dolphins and football. Oh yeah, you want to talk sports? I do want to talk a little bit about sports. I haven't been keeping up on sports at all lately. So, have you heard about the March Madness thing? Didn't like a favorite get knocked out and like ruin everyone's brackets? Oh yeah, no. So Ohio State, the Ohio State. Yeah, the Ohio State.
the Ohio State University, got knocked out in the first round.
That's fucking
Out of
comical.
15.7 million brackets in ESPN, like, I think it was like, or no, 14.7 million brackets and 13.9 million got knocked out.
I should have
And
felt.
now, as of right before filming this podcast, Saturday night, another upset happened. There are now 0 perfect playoff brackets.
That's brutal.
Yeah, in the
Dude,
first round.
I should have filled one out because you want to know something I do every fucking year? Put Ohio State to lose their first game.
Ohio State is the worst university.
The worst university.
Yes.
No,
I hate them.
I always put them to lose because of that stupid the Ohio State University.
My favorite is when other people will do it and they'll be like, the Jackson State Community College.
Dude, that's great, man.
But no, the difference between the men's and women's training facilities so the men's tournament is happening in Indianapolis. They're doing a bubble like the NBA did.
Okay.
And the women's is happening in San Antonio. Now, and my Lady Oregon Ducks are kind of the ones that broke this. The
lady players of the Oregon Ducks. I was like, is the duck a girl?
No, his name is Puddles.
That's pretty non-binary.
No, he rapes. So duck rape is a problem.
It
and
is,
I stand against duck rape.
Doesn't mean Puddles rapes.
Oh no, Puddles doesn't, but duck rapes.
Yeah, like
Well,
men
ducks rape.
raping is a problem. Doesn't mean all guys are rapists. Just like a decent amount.
A lot.
Yeah,
Like it's over 50%. It seems like someone
I would say over 50% for
has
sexual
sexually
assault
Yeah.
or sexually harass. I'll give harass. I would say sexual assault probably about 40 to 45%.
I mean, we're
That's-
talking out of our ass. This is just based off of girls that we've talked to.
Yeah, because like the crazy thing is, like, we're best friends. I don't know that you've never sexually assaulted someone. Like
I don't know that you've never sexually
yeah,
assaulted
no, that's what
someone.
I'm saying. Like, I don't know it as fact. I assume it because I know you're a good guy. Like, I've been around you and been around you in a relationship. So I'm like, okay, that's not something I think Trevor would ever do. But I don't know. Just like the same way I have my religious beliefs, but I don't know. I believe in nothing. Doesn't mean there can't be a God.
Anyway, March Madness. The discrepancy between the men's and women's training facilities. So the men had a full-on bench press, squat rack, everything you could ask for in a gym.
Girls had a yoga mat.
They had rolled up yoga mats on a folded table and a single weight rack of free weights, of like dumbbells.
Dude.
In an equal size convention center, and the NCAA, when it came out that I think her name something Price, Sedona Price, I can't remember her name. She tweeted out like, what the fuck is going on? Because they had a basketball court and then yoga mats and one weight rack,
Dude,
of dumbbells.
Girls shouldn't lift weights. They should just do yoga.
Do you know what the reasoning was? Was that they didn't have enough space, and they were in a 53,000 square foot convention center. All they had was a basketball court and a folding table.
That's bullshit.
Yeah,
Dude, fuck.
basketball courts are pretty small.
Yeah.
Like they're smaller than you think.
Yeah.
So that came out, and like overnight, the NCAA fixed this. There was a problem with women's sports that we're gonna fix.
Yeah. No. I will make the counter argument that everyone always has of like, well, you guys need to watch women's sports too. No, you need to watch women's sports. If you're a woman and you're upset that the NBA or the WNBA players aren't making as much as NBA players, you need to start watching them so they get better viewership and better sponsors. Don't put it on other people. Be the change you want to see.
Oof, thanks, Barack. I don't think he said that, but that's something that he would have said.
It sounds like something he would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is definitely a mistreatment of female athletes, and I feel like that this goes back to like a lot of like the kind of old school like gym bro guy logic of like, you know, like, no, like, you know, men lift weights, you know, men. Girls, like, you guys do like yoga and have your little colored dumbbells and do aerobic exercise. Like, I feel like a lot of it comes down to that kind of discrimination of people who just like have these weird preconceived notions of like, it's like, nah, dude, like, one of my favorite YouTubers, Stephanie Buttermore, she's a fitness.
That's a great name.
It is. It's Jeff Nippard's girlfriend.
Damn it! Because I can tell just by that name she's hot.
Dude, she's fucking hot. She like squats like 350. She's an animal. She lifts like a beast, but like just walking around, you're just like, oh yeah, skinny hot chick. But like she is like in incredible shape.
Her fat ass is pure muscle.
Yeah. But no, like, cause also like with women think this too. Like they're like, oh well, I don't want to lift heavy weights. I don't want to get bulky. And it's not gonna happen. You don't have the conviction to do it.
Oof.
That goes to guys too. Guys, oh, you know, like I don't want to lift heavy. I don't want to look like a bodybuilder. You're not going to.
No, you got to be doing a lot of reps.
Greg Doucette broke it down perfectly.
Gilbert Godfrey, Greg. He sounds like Gilbert Godfrey.
He needs to say it's inconceivable at least once in his videos.
No, that's not Gilbert Godfrey.
That's but like he sounds like him too. Like, he definitely has that like.
Yeah, he
vibe.
does sound like him.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
You're right.
In your first year of heavy lifting as a guy, you can expect to put on 6 to 12 pounds of lean muscle mass. Like if you have good genetics, 6 to 12 pounds of lean muscle. Girls can expect to put on 3 to 6 pounds. And then every year after that, the number keeps going down to where you reach 10 years and you're lucky to put on a pound of muscle. Like on that 10th year, work out as hard as you can, diet perfectly for a full year. You're lucky to put on 1 more pound of muscle. Like you're just reaching your genetic ceiling. And it's like 3 to 6 pounds of muscle in a year. So even the great genetic women will put on 6 pounds of muscle in their first year working out or going super hard. That's not getting ripped.
No.
But like everyone just walks around with this notion of like, oh, well, I don't want to lift heavy weights. I don't want to, you know, and it's like, I wish it was that easy.
Yeah, but what we were talking about are athletes.
Yeah.
Where these are people who are Division I.
These are people
athletes
who are in need of lifting heavy weights and like working super hard.
Yeah. And they were given a dumbbell rack that looked like it went up to like 30 fucking pounds.
Yeah. And some of these girls probably squat like over like 250.
Yeah, they're like they're 6'1", 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah.
Like, they're tall fucking girls. They're big girls. They're big gals.
They're gals I look up to like, hello.
And you're like, hello.
Please don't hit me. You would knock me the fuck out.
Yeah. So just the disparity between it. Like the men is like everything you could ask for. It was all there in a convention center plus more. And then overnight they got what they like Dick's Sporting Goods and another company came out and was like, oh yeah, we'll help. But then overnight they fixed the problem because there was so much backlash. There's a problem with the NCAA.
And I feel like behind the scenes there was some like, you guys could have just came to us. You didn't need to publish that.
Well, no, the NCAA said that there was a lack of space issue. And it's like, no. There was a 53,000 square foot convention center that you could have filled and you didn't.
Well, no, I mean like to the players.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
They were probably like, "Oh, you could have come to us." Okay?
No, they can't,
We
though.
would have made something work.
The NCAA does not listen to its players.
Yeah,
You want to
no.
know why? Because it doesn't pay them.
Yeah, which it should. That is bullshit.
The amount of money that colleges make from players is astonishing.
Yeah, like I don't care if they're getting a full ride education. Pay their rent too.
College football, I would say, is probably more popular than the NFL.
Yeah,
Like, I would say it makes more money than the NFL. Like, the fact that the Texas Longhorns, the University of Texas, made its own channel. They were able to get their own channel purely
that's pretty good.
for their athletics.
um,
The Dolphins don't have that. The fucking Falcons don't have that. No NFL team has that.
not even the Patriots.
They don't make enough money, but there's so much money in college football that some players have gotten paid, but not all of them.
Yeah,
Not the ones who are, like, I don't think Justin Herbert made any money
probably
because he
not.
was from Eugene and he went to
Yeah.
the University of Oregon. Like,
So-
that was his hometown. Like, he was going
Yeah.
there no matter what, even if he got a scholarship or not.
So, the only argument I would make that would put the NFL in potential favor of making more money is the cost of tickets.
Yes, but when
Okay.
you have 32 teams and you're
Yeah.
going up against 5 conferences of at least 10 teams each,
Yeah.
you've almost doubled that because you have the Pac-12, the Big 12, the Big 10. There's 32 teams right there. The ACC, which is another 12 teams. The SEC, which is another 12 teams. The SEC alone, I would say, makes more money than the NFL because SEC football is football.
I don't know, because like a lot of the stands will also be college students who get in for free.
Not as much as you think.
Yeah, but like
in the University of Oregon, it's only like 2 sections out of like 40.
yeah, but that's still more people getting in for free than
Well,
the
no, they
NFL.
don't. They don't get in for free. You get student tickets.
Oh, okay.
They're significantly cheaper.
Okay, because when I went to Southern Oregon, you just got them for free.
Well, then it's because no one wants to go watch them.
Yeah.
But
they just wanted people there.
I've walked into their stadium before.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, so it looks like a fucking high school football stadium.
Yeah.
Our high school had a better stadium than that.
No, they didn't.
It had more seating.
I think you were maybe like this tall, so you had your this tall, so your view was a little bit skewed, maybe.
Well, they had seating on the other side of the field.
Oh, I would not call that just a rackety fucking rack seating.
The visitor seating.
Yeah.
The ones where kids would hide under and go make out.
Oh yeah. Smoke a few cigarettes back there,
Yeah.
Kiss your white trash girlfriend. Shit was nice. I kissed a girl back there.
Under the visitor seats.
Yeah. Do you remember how
remember
awkward it was kissing like around that age?
Oh yeah, I remember my first kiss.
Like that, like awkward, like you'd like have your hands like on their hips, and it, like it was
I was like, wait,
it was
your
just
mouth,
weird.
your mouths are open? Yeah, that was weird. That was my first kiss. I was like
It's like a dog
15?
eating peanut
No, it's
butter.
14. I was 14.
It's 14.
I when I got my first kiss. It was awkward.
Who was my first kiss? Dude, I have I have to have had some trauma in my life because I can't remember shit. Like I can't remember like anything before like 15 at all. Like it is all just
Dude, until my last girlfriend who worked at a domestic violence shelter, I didn't know that I spent time in a domestic violence shelter when I was a kid. I forgot. I forgot
Damn.
about it when I was 6. No, when I was 7.
See,
when I was 7.
a big thing for me was it wasn't until I was about 20 that I realized I grew up poor. Like, cause my parents like
Which is weird because I always thought you were I mean, yeah. I
no,
would say you were-
like I would say pre after I met you, we were financially
No,
okay.
yeah, you were financially okay. You weren't great. We were
Yeah.
kind of all in the same bracket.
Yeah.
Just my parents were way more.
Before that,
Well, yeah, you lived on the coast.
yeah, I lived in Coos Bay, North Bend. My idea of the cool, like, oh hell yeah dinner was a
Hungry Man.
rotisserie chicken from Fred Meyer and a loaf of French bread with butter on it. That's
I mean,
that's
that sounds-
like a $4 dinner
You know
for
what?
both me and my sister, and it was like, oh shit, we poor.
I'm 4 beers in, and that sounds really good.
Yeah, dude, that's so good.
It's weird how the simple things sound really good,
Dude,
as you get older.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I want to talk about this on the podcast. I'll just tell the story without giving any background to why. So I saw a recipe for a rotisserie chicken that looked so fucking good. So it was like the chicken that the mom was eating in Spirited Away. You haven't seen that movie, but it's a great movie. And like she like picks it up and just takes like a bite out of the chicken, and then the girl who like did the video of her cooking like did that, and it just looked so nice to do. I was like, I really want to cook that chicken. Just take a bite out of the side of it.
That's weird.
I'll show you, man. It looks pleasant. Like, it looks appetizing as fuck.
But anyway, back to our growing up poor. Like,
Yeah.
I would say, I don't want to say that I grew up poor. I think on my mom's side,
I never understood
grew
why
up-
we moved so much. Like, me and my family.
yeah. I grew up, I don't want to say I grew up poor, because you can definitely grow up poorer.
Oh, yeah. Like,
Yeah, we grew up,
I grew up with a roof over my head poor.
we didn't grow up in what we would call, and no one will get this, Tofty Farms. Like, people who lived in Tofty Farms worked for Nike, like, were high ups at Nike. My mom worked for Nike, but she was not a high up.
Yeah.
So, like, she wasn't,
Yeah.
we didn't, once she started working for Nike, we started making decent, like,
Yeah.
I didn't do shit.
Yeah.
My mom
You
started making
fucking
decent
jerked
money.
off in the living room. The fuck.
I never jerked off in the living room. It's only in my room, in the bathroom, shower.
The shower's in your bathroom, so.
Is it, though? You don't know the layout of my house.
That's not another room.
You don't know that. With shower. Maybe we had multiple bathrooms. Anyway, but like one thing that I like appreciated about my dad is like I know that like when times are tough with my dad, 'cause my parents split up when I was 1. So
Yeah.
when I refer to them as different, they're completely separate. My
Yeah.
mom and my dad,
It's
they're
two different lives.
two different lives.
Yeah. You're like Hannah Montana.
Yeah, I know my dad. Like, I don't want to say my dad was hurting. I don't think that he was hurting for money, but he was like, I don't know how to phrase it because I don't want to say like
He just wasn't doing financially good.
well,
Like,
no, because I know like he had his own business, and I know that at one point it was doing really well, and then as things started to slowly decline, he kept it up,
Yeah.
and it really that taught me a lot
Yeah.
of just about how to be as a person. And it was so beneficial, and I appreciate it so much because it's just like, and he wasn't hurting at all.
Yeah.
It was still just so like, strong, and that made me like better as a person, and I appreciate it so much.
So I shit on my dad a lot.
You do, But
Yeah.
your dad's still pretty cool.
Yeah, he's pretty good, but like there are a lot of problems in my childhood. But
Well,
like,
yeah, he's
that
very
aside.
John Winchester like
Yeah.
but he was
one
very
thing-
problematic, but he got you there.
One thing that I recently realized about myself that I got from my father, and I didn't even know I got it from him until like a week ago, because I was just thinking about it. And so when my sister got married,
3 or 4 years ago.
no, like 6 years ago, I was 21.
Oh shit, she got married that long ago.
Yeah.
You're almost 27.
Fuck, dude, don't tell me that. Getting fucking old.
I'm nowhere near 26.
So I know that he wasn't working. He was really hurting financially. He was literally just living off of credit cards, and just like he paid rent with credit card, man. Like that's fucking rough, man. And he was between jobs. He wasn't sure when the next job started up yet, so he didn't know when his next line of income was coming in.
Because he's in like construction, which is job based.
And so it was a courtroom wedding. She didn't want like a wedding. Maybe she did.
Your sister.
I don't fucking know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so afterward, the groom's family and my family, we all went to dinner to what's a claim jumper? Oh, dude, I wish. I would happily take a fried chicken. But no, it was a claim jumper, I think. Like, they serve, like, steakhouse stuff, right?
I don't know. I've never been there. I've seen it on 217.
Right. It's the one that's in the same parking lot as Clackamas.
Oh, that's on the other
center.
side. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's off I-205.
Yeah. So,
in Oregon. We're like Californians now.
And I know the husband, his like family isn't like super financially well off. And I remember my dad paying for everyone. And like it wasn't until like pretty recently that I was just like, he was broke, but still like he didn't want to put that financial burden on someone else. And I was like, is that why I'm giving? Like, because like I'm a pretty giving person, I feel like.
Me too.
And like
I asked someone to go pick me up a Shamrock Shake on St. Patrick's Day. And I was like, hey, pick me up a Shamrock Shake and then like a sandwich and from McDonald's. And then I was like, how much is it? He was like, oh, it was like, I got the same thing as you. So it was like $15 total. So whatever half that is. And I just gave him $15.
Yeah. And like, I don't know, like I'll like just randomly like ask around like coworkers. So I'll be like, hey, I'm thinking about like bringing some food in for a bunch of people. Like, what would you be like in the mood for? Like, I don't know, like you thinking tacos? Maybe I should bring in the dessert, like cheesecake. They're like, why? And I'm like, I don't know, just want to. Like, I feel like I just like to do nice things for people because it makes me feel good, first off. But also, I hate the people who go around holding their camera up so they could show them, like...
That is not doing something because you it's the right thing to do or it's the nice thing to do. That's because you want clout.
You want people to...
and they'll make money from that video.
Probably. But anyway,
like when David Dobrik gives out cars to people.
Dude, fuck David Dobrik. Stop.
Oh no! I got some shit to talk about David Dobrik.
Oh, apparently he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Have you watched his videos?
Oh no, you watch his videos and you're just like, something's gonna come out because he shits on all these people. But anyway, we'll talk about that. Or we won't.
But yeah, so like I don't know if like I got it from my dad. Maybe it was how I was raised or something, or maybe it's just part of my nature. But like it was just kind of like that moment of realization. Like my dad's like can be a good dude.
You ever notice that the older you get, the more sympathy you have for your parents? Like you're just like as I get older, I'm just like I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, and they had a child.
Oh, I don't feel sympathy in that regard. I feel sympathy like like. Yeah, like it sucked, but like they did the best they could.
Yeah.
Like, they tried to provide me a happy life. They failed, but they tried.
Oof.
I'm not gonna fucking lie.
No, I mean like along the lines of like you're like think about if you had a kid right now, and how you would think about the kid.
I would resent the kid every day. Like,
well, you just resent everything.
Well, no, like. Having a kid right now would ruin my life. Like, it really would.
It really would.
And I would...
It ruins my life. That's what's more important.
I would resent the kid. I would just be like, my life could be happier if you weren't real.
Oh.
Like, I don't know. We just went from, man, I think I'm a kind, caring person. Fuck you.
Fuck children.
And fuck your mother.
Well, that's how we got here, is because you fucked my mom.
Fucking 2-year-old saying that, just like, yeah, I know, you fucked my mom, I get it. Kid's voice is like corpse.
Yeah.
Just like he's gonna say his first word. Choke me like you hate me. Jesus Christ.
No. No, I just like it's just weird to think, because as you get older, you're like, I'm a person. And then you think about people who are similar around your age, and like, okay, that person's thinking about the world kind of in the same way that I am. And then you realize, like, well, when I was 10, my parent was this old, and they were thinking about the world that, how old I was. Like, I'm 25 years old.
Yeah.
That's how old my dad was when he had me.
My parents had me at about 30.
Oof, they're old.
Yeah. No, do you ever have those like brief moments of like where you're walking around and you realize like you're surrounded by other conscious beings? They're all having their internal monologues. They're all having their internal problems. Like,
and then you look at him and you're like, no, you're just a mindless drone. You look like a mindless fucking drone.
They're just walking around carrying these backpacks of problems, and you're just like, oh man, you're real. Like, like you're existing too, and it sucks, and we all suck, and we all fucking
yeah.
Yeah, no, I get hit with that every once in a while, and I'm just like, don't think about that. That dude cut you off in traffic. There's no just reason.
Yeah.
Dude, I witnessed a traffic jam today. Like,
a traffic jam?
Yeah, like,
everyone witnesses those.
No. Fucking listen, Jesus Christ. Like, I witnessed the moron do it. So, I'm driving down the road. Driving down I-205. And so, they're cutting down trees and shit on the right side. And so, it's like, I've passed 4 signs of right lane ends. There's traffic, but not much. Like, we're all in one lane. There's one dude in the right lane still. He's still just in the right lane. And he signals, jerks into the lane, brakes in front of the car, 2 cars in front of me. So we all had to brake, and I just look back, and now everyone stopped. Sure, I got back up to speed and started going quick, but he just caused a traffic jam.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the domino effect. But I'm going to tell you where he was right, and then he was also wrong. So, it's called the zipper. You're supposed to zipper. So obviously you're supposed to leave room between you and the car in front of you.
Yeah.
And as a lane ends, you're supposed to zipper in and not lose any momentum or any speed whatsoever. That is the correct way to drive. This is actually something I want to talk about on the podcast for weeks now, because I always drive home on the days we record podcasts, and I love driving. So
I don't.
I love it. Getting my driver's license was one of the best days of my life. Yeah, it's better than sex. Yeah. Have you ever had sex in a car? Fucking great.
Yeah, I have, and I really didn't want to, and I think I was raped. But anyway. It was a first date with a girl that I didn't think I was into.
And you weren't into?
We pulled in the parking lot of Ackerman.
Oh my God, our middle school? Yeah. That's a small parking lot.
And she basically forced herself in my lap and rode me. And I was just like, I don't have protection. She was like, I don't care. And I was just like, this is how I got herpes, isn't it? But it wasn't that time.
Anyway,
so
the zipper method is what he should have done, but he shouldn't have slammed on the fucking brakes.
He waited till the lane ended.
Well, yeah, you're supposed to then, as the cones go on, you're supposed to come in.
Yeah,
and he was just going too fast, and the guy behind him was not giving him enough room. But I understand where that guy is coming from, because
fuck this dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
If he had just gotten over when there was a chance, then that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
But then he did cause a backup that probably caused one of my fucking employees to be late.
No, this was after your shift started.
Was it?
Yeah, this was about 10 a.m.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because somebody blamed traffic before they were late.
Oh, the fucking liar.
Okay, then.
They're just a bum.
I'll remember that when I go back to work. So,
dude, my roommate, he went home at 10 a.m.
and he saw the traffic jam.
Traffic wasn't that bad until it was behind him.
So, but yeah, that domino effect is actually incredibly bad. All it takes is you tapping your brakes, not even braking.
Oh no, he didn't like full brake. He just like tapped.
Yeah.
But like he smacked in front. So he kind of zippered right. That's the thing. He zippered right, but then he broke for no reason.
Yeah, he didn't need to tap his brake lights because that's like, oh shit, I need to hit my brakes, and then it's just a domino effect. Why is it in America we don't know how to drive?
Ego.
Driver's education is not good.
But like, not even like ego of like everyone walking around thinking they're a good driver. It's ego of me getting from A to B is more important than everyone else getting from A to B.
Yeah, no, I know I'm a good driver, so
I'm an okay driver. I'm a safe driver.
You are a safe driver. I know I'm just a good driver all around.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Dude, I'm great at sex, okay? Like, I'm sure you are. Fuck.
Dude, you get girls to cry and then they come back, so... so, yeah, you're good. You're pretty fucking good.
No, you're a good driver.
Yeah.
You are.
No, I mean, I can drift around a roundabout, so... Only when it rains, because my truck isn't very powerful. But, no, like... I remember my ex, she would point out like how I could like see things happening before they like happen. And that's just because I ride a motorcycle. So I scan, like there's a scanning technique that they teach you in motorcycle class that they don't teach you in driver's ed.
Well, yeah, because you have to be safer. You're exposed and seconds away from death at all fucking time.
All times.
Yeah.
So yeah, it is a little bit scary. I'm also a pussy when it comes to riding a motorcycle. You should see the chicken strips on my tires. Yeah, you don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't.
Leaning a motorcycle is what causes you to turn.
Okay.
So in order to carry more speed through a corner, you have to lean further. Mm-hmm. And chicken strips are the edges of the tires that have gone unused because you don't lean that much.
That's funny.
Yeah,
that is comedy.
That's why they call it chicken strips, because you're a fucking pussy. You're a chicken. You know,
dude. People who think like that are fucking pussies themselves, because they're just walking around thinking like, oh yeah, look, my tires are so far over. Yeah, you're a fucking loser. That's who you are.
What's funny is when you lean over too much, like you end up fucking up the edge of your tires and getting it all fucking like all like balls of rubber ball up on there, and it's like that causes you to lose traction. So it's actually, there's a happy medium. You don't want to lean over too far, but you also want to lean over more, because if you don't lean over enough and then all of a sudden you need to lean over, that tire has been unused, so it's not broken in yet. Mm-hmm. So you kind of want to make sure you lean over enough, but you don't want to lean over too much, because then you ruin the tire. But yeah, no, I like to say I'm a pretty good driver. And I just don't understand why no one learns how to fucking drive. I had someone stop at a yield sign today on the way in.
Oh, dude, that's obnoxious.
At a roundabout. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, if there's no car, go.
Like, they don't know how to, like, they have to, like, wait till they get to the yield sign and then look. It's like, no, you look.
You look as you're approaching.
Yeah.
Like, what were you looking at while you were approaching?
You know what we need is an Autobahn.
No, we don't.
We need an Autobahn.
That's asking for a lot of dead people.
No, because then they will require a more strict driver's education. Just like in Germany.
Yeah.
Where it's $2,000 to take driver's education.
Yeah, there's no way that would ever pass in America. People lose their fucking minds.
Because we're poor.
Yeah. Or also just because, again, like, we're arrogant. We all just walk around thinking
that we can pilot.
I'm perfect.
That we can pilot a 2-ton piece of metal.
Yeah.
Down the road.
But no, like, I'm a very cautious driver, so people will like often equate that to like I'm a good driver. It's like, no, I'm kind of terrified right now, actually.
I don't know what I'm doing.
And I am just desperately trying to not crash.
You know what that's like? That's like Sergeant Stubby in the trenches.
I'm just yapping away. I
hear a loud, shrill noise.
And I smell gas.
I smell gas. That fucking hero.
Dude, he is now my second favorite dog behind Ollie. Ollie Tennyson. Rest in peace.
Who's dead?
They're both dead.
Yeah, but Ollie Tennyson died sooner. More
Recently. I was like, no, he didn't. Do you think Will Tennyson's 100 years old? Trying to date on Tinder? Bucky Barnes.
What?
Bucky in the new episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. He
yeah.
uses dating apps and he's over 100.
He's 106.
Yeah, did you get the picture I sent you?
Yes, I did.
Dude, that hit.
I remember all of them.
Yeah.
That was a meme. Check
Yeah.
it out on our meme page. Surprisingly memes.
I don't want a meme page.
No, because we're not fucking Quentin Quarantino. The Planned Parenthood guy. He raised a bunch of money for Planned Parenthood in memory of Rush Limbaugh. You remember that guy?
Funny. That's funny. No, I didn't hear
You
shit about
showed
this.
me that guy. It was a meme page who said that he was donating $100 to Planned Parenthood in memory of Rush Limbaugh when he died, and it got up to like $1.4 million or something like that.
Oh, I'm sure like I forwarded to you, but I didn't think about it. Like I didn't like be
Oh.
like, oh, I'm remembering this guy. I don't give a shit.
I got so into that.
Oh man.
Oh yeah,
Like,
no, he started a GoFundMe page and it got to like $1.4 million or something.
Jeez. Man, Rush Limbaugh is about a bit over a month sober now. Good for him. Yeah.
He's dead.
Yeah, as he fucking deserves.
You get what you fucking deserve. The good Joker.
Yeah.
Not that shitty one in Justice League.
He did a pretty good job in Justice League. I'll give him that.
It was awful.
It was creepy.
It was creepy, but in a, like they're trying way too hard kind of way.
Yeah.
Okay. Spoiler alert for the Justice League. If you watch Joss Whedon's Justice League movie, you know what happens.
Yeah.
It was better than Joss Whedon's, but didn't need to be 4 hours.
Yeah. I did like that they made Cyborg a focal point.
I don't. I think that guy was fucking annoying.
I didn't like how broody he was,
He was so broody.
but it was nice that it's like he's not the strongest. He's not like the most capable of the Justice League. He's just the guy who didn't want to be a superhero. Like everyone wants to be a superhero, you know, like, oh, I want to be Iron Man. I want to be Superman. I want to be that girl who wanted to be Wonder Woman. Can I be like you? And like, he probably just wanted to die. Like he just wanted his dad probably to just like let it go basically. But he was forced to be a superhero and he's depressed and he hates his life. And, like it was kind of like his story in a way.
But it was so broody, and it's just
Yeah.
I couldn't get into it because he hated it and he hated it and he hated it and I want to die. And then all of a sudden in the end he's like, no, I want this. And the story jumped around so fucking much. They defeated fucking Steppenwolf. Darkseid never came in.
Well, yeah, because the whole reason they were afraid of coming to Earth was because of Superman. Now Superman's alive again. Well, fuck that. He's just gonna murk us. Like he's just gonna beat the living shit out of us.
There is no Avenger like that.
Yeah, and it's why I don't like the DC.
No, exactly. Like the Marvel universe is way more of an even playing field. There's no alpha out there. Like there's some alpha like guys,
Captain Marvel.
but there are alpha villains
Yeah.
out there who could take her down.
Yeah.
And it was just so rough.
Yeah.
It just made no sense. It jumped around so much. I couldn't understand what was going on. Like they defeated the villain and there's still an hour left of the movie. And then it's like, oh, the Martian Manhunter. Oh, cool. We're going to do nothing with that.
Yeah, they set up for a sequel that already is confirmed not going to happen.
And then what's that one fucking guy that came in that was on the yacht?
Slade Wilson.
Slade Wilson.
Yeah, the greatest character in the DC universe.
Yeah. And they're going to do nothing with him.
Fun fact, he single-handedly fought the entire Justice League and he has no power.
Really?
Yeah, in one of the comics, he fought all of them at once and almost like killed a few of them before escaping. And it's just like, he's just a former mercenary. Like, that's it.
He's Wade Wilson.
Wade Wilson is a ripoff of Slade Wilson.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
I thought it was the other way around.
No. Slade Wilson is like one of the OGs of like comic book villains. Like, he's old.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, here's what I liked about the Justice League movie was I thought that they made Flash's backstory way more adulty. They didn't make it as much of a joke. They didn't make him as much of the comic relief.
Yeah.
Yes, he was the comic relief, but they made it not as cringy.
Yeah.
They took out that scene where he falls on Wonder Woman and is like,
oh, he's got his face in her boobs. Like,
which
it was cringy.
Yeah, it was.
That's just
very
because Joss
cringy.
Whedon's a pervert.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
And they gave him that whole backstory, you know, with his father in prison.
Yeah.
And they just made it way more touching.
Like how he's the fastest man alive, yet he somehow is still just working himself ragged so that he can put himself through school, get a criminal justice degree so he can help free his dad. Like, the fastest man alive is running himself ragged trying to save his dad. That's like fucking, like, that hits.
Yeah. That's great. Still do not like Ben Affleck as Batman.
Oh, yeah.
He is an awful Batman.
He's a great Bruce Wayne. He's suave. He's cool.
He is a great Bruce Wayne. Batman. Oh, I have a voice changer. It sounds fucking awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it sounds awful.
I'm stoked for Robert Pattinson. I don't know about you.
Where can we cut bait? Cut bait and restart. DC could do so well.
I feel like the biggest problem is kind of like what happens with Doctor Who, where so like the first movie that will come out of a line of movies, they'll be like, I fucking hate this. Fuck this new actor. I don't like him. Not my Batman. Like, kind of personality. Not my Doctor, you know? And then we'll get 2 or 3 movies in further. Sure, Ben Affleck never improved. But, like, I feel like Robert Pattinson is going to get all of this shit on his first Batman movie. Then he's going to do 2 more. And they're going to be great. And people are going to look back and been like, oh man, he was really great. But we spent so much time shitting on him. Now they're not going to do any more Robert Pattinson movies. So now we're going to move on to a different Batman now. And then we're going to be upset with that Batman because we got attached to Robert Pattinson now. And we're not going to like him.
No, I see that with the Batman thing.
Yeah.
But, like, Christian Bale's good. He did 3 movies. They didn't build the DC universe off that.
Yeah.
That was their...
They should have.
That was their Robert Downey Jr. moment with Iron Man, and they didn't capitalize on it.
Yeah.
And Ben Affleck came in Batman vs. Superman.
Yeah.
He didn't have his own solo Batman movie.
Yeah.
He came in Justice League, so he's only been Batman for 2 movies. I'm not attached to him in any way whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think that he's fucking awful, because every time I see him, I'm like, where's Matt Damon?
I feel like people are still attached to the Christian Bale Batman is the problem.
Because I would say that it's probably the 3 best superhero movies. It's up there.
The first one is okay, the third one's okay, but the middle one is best superhero movie.
It's a good trilogy.
Yeah.
Take it with trilogies. Iron Man trilogy.
Yeah. It's better than any other. If Cap 1 was good.
If Cap 1 was really good.
Yeah, then Cap's trilogy would be better. Yeah.
But the Dark Knight, the third Dark Knight movie, Dark Knight Rises?
Yeah. It could have been better.
It could have been better, but I'll put it on par with Captain America, the First Avenger.
I would put it above Captain America, First Avenger.
But I'm just saying, like the Captain America trilogy with Captain America, First Avenger, Winter Soldier, and Civil War.
Winter Soldier is right up next to the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight Rises. Or Dark Knight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you have Batman
Begins, The Dark Knight
Rises.
The Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I would say both of their middle movies
yeah
were some fucking
Um,
intense shit.
But the DC just needs to cut bait and restart. Keep Henry Cavill. You're not going to. He doesn't want to.
Yeah.
You need to keep Gal Gadot.
People are whining because, well, he just requested too much money. It's because he's the perfect Superman, maybe.
Gal Gadot's the perfect Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Jason Momoa, fucking great.
Jason Momoa is a great Aquaman for not fitting the fucking bill.
Yeah.
He somehow pulls it off while not fitting the comic book
Yeah.
description of him.
Yeah.
He's not blonde hair, blue eyed Swede.
Yeah.
Norwegian.
And then
Norwegian?
whoever the fuck is the actor who plays Flash.
Ezra Miller.
Yeah, keep him.
I think that's his name. I may have said that wrong.
Sounds right.
Ezra. I think his name is Ezra.
Yeah. Doesn't fucking matter.
Whatever.
Keep him. He is wonderful. He is just
His
charming
jokes.
Yeah.
Were so funny.
And like, it's the delivery, man. If you told those jokes any other way, it would have been cringe as shit. But he's just charming.
Yeah, that one joke when everyone leaves and he's
And
like,
then on the rooftop,
he's like, "Oh, everyone left. That's rude."
and then just
gone.
It was just like he's
one thing that I do have to say about him is his fast running scenes. I hate.
Yeah.
Because they did Quicksilver so fucking good.
Yeah.
In X-Men. And you're like, Quicksilver's way better.
And you could tell they didn't want to just rip off Quicksilver, but it's like, please just rip off Quicksilver.
Yeah, like, we would be okay with it because it's so good.
Yeah, keep the lightning shocks going off in the background or whatever because he's moving fast or whatever the rationale is behind that. I love the tension, though, of the scene where they drop the box in and he's like starts running at the speed of light and it slowly starts to come back up because he's going too fast.
So fast, yeah.
And it was just that like little tension of like you see it go up and it's like, oh my God.
DC is dark. Keep
Yeah.
it dark. Batman said the F word twice in
God.
Justice League.
Um
Like, keep it that way. Keep them rated R. That's what's going to set you apart from Marvel.
Get rid of Jared Leto. That's
Yes.
Just have Joaquin Phoenix. I don't care if like the timelines don't line up or something.
So
I don't care.
So Batman with Robert Pattinson is supposed to take place in like the 70s, right?
I have no clue, but
Okay,
yeah.
that's the rumor.
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix's Joker took place in the 70s or 80s or whatever it was. Do that. Do a time period piece
Yeah.
on that. Make it dark and gritty.
Yeah.
And
Have Motley Crue show up.
oof. Okay. Yeah. So
Crossover with the dirt.
yeah. Anyways, I'm about to pee my pants. So
Okay.
I should probably end this.
Okay, so we should probably wrap up then.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up.
I'm gonna end it on this note. It was something I wanted to say earlier, but we got really sidetracked with some good topics, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Do you ever like when you get a book and you just like read the first sentence and the last sentence to like, and then you try and guess like, all right, how do I get from that sentence to like, you know, like
No.
you don't do that? Man, I did that with the Bible, scared the shit out of me.
That's fair. That's fair. The Bible's a scary book.
Oh shit.
Wait till you read the parts where they hate you.
God created the universe. God destroyed the fuck. All right, so check us out on Twitter at the Surprising Twitter handle. Check us out on Instagram, Surprisingly Podcast, where we try to remember to post shit. Check us out on Spotify if you're watching us on YouTube, Surprisingly Sober Podcast. If you're listening to us on Spotify and you want to see our faces, check us out on YouTube at Surprisingly Sober Podcast. Catch us on Friday for Surprisingly Music, where we'll be sitting down to talk about My Chemical Romance.
Black Parade.
Thank you for watching. It's a joy as always. I'm Taryn.
I'm Trevor.
And we are r// signing off.